Mario, Bowser, Donkey Kong. These guys are all enemies as old as time itself, but by some freak miracle, every few years they decide, alright, fuck it, let's drive some go-karts, and you're left with one of the most ridiculous, yet surprisingly fun racing experiences possible, Mario Kart. Now let's go back to 1992. By now, Nintendo knows that they can put Mario on anything and then sell it. Of course, Nintendo's all like, okay Miyamoto, get going, we need a Mario racing game. And within 2 minutes, the first recognizable version of Mario Kart was created, but it was boring as shit. So Miyamoto thinks it over and scratches his head and then says, what if the race was fucking rigged? And then you got Super Mario Kart. Here's the deal, in case you've never played. You drive over these boxes and you get an item, which you can use to fuck everyone's whole life up. You can kill them with a Koopa shell, you can fuck up their tires with a banana, you can use a feather to jump the side rails and fuck yourself up. It's completely out of control. It can be pretty damn hard too. It's not the most difficult thing in the world, but if you're off your guard, you're done, and you're walking away with nothing and you'll probably die alone in the street. But if you're on your game, you win a green bowling pin full of water. Nintendo would go on to skip 62 games and go right to Mario Kart 64. Probably the best thing about this game is it's the first time Wario made it into a game that actually matters. This game is actually one of the first games I'd ever played in my life. This is one of the biggest reasons I'm as passionate about video games as I am today. You got that same great gameplay, except the tracks are actually 3D instead of just driving around a pixelated Monopoly board. They also added power drifting, which is where you drift and get a boost, which makes zero sense. The game's got these awesome exploits. You fly into this corner and it puts you 30% ahead. You jump over this wall and you skip half the level. You jump the fence on Rainbow Road and you're 30 seconds ahead. It's a good way to piss off casuals at parties. They added in some new items like the fake item box and the gold mushroom, but they thought it wasn't enough, so they hired Charles Manson to create the Blue Shell. Mario Kart Super Circuit shows the game going back to the Super Mario Kart style of video games, due to the limitations of the medieval Game Boy Advance. The resolution is complete dirt, so bad that you can barely see what's coming up, so they made these annoying flashing warnings to tell you that something's coming up. But if there's one thing that I like, it's that the game has not only 20 courses of its own, but also all the courses from Super Mario Kart, so a grand total of 40. Also, it's portable, so in the end, it's a decent achievement. Mario Kart Double Dash. I'll be honest, if this game was released today, I would be extremely skeptical, but this game actually turns out to be really fun. Basically, the gimmick of this one is that you got 2 people on one cart. That would be cool enough, but this is also the first Mario Kart game where you can play as Waluigi. That alone makes this the best Mario Kart game. You can also choose different karts now, which is cool because no matter who you play as, you can alter your stats to a certain degree. Unfortunately, this is around the time the Blue Shell started getting retarded. Mario Kart DS. This game is great not only because it's portable, but it's also a full-blown Mario Kart game on a portable system as opposed to Super Circuit, which is just a cracked up version of the original. Again, you can also choose different karts, which is amazing. The resolution is still shit, but not as much, and it uses actual 3D graphics as opposed to sprites sliding along a pixelated Monopoly board. Also, Waluigi returns! And if all that wasn't good enough, they decided to add a bunch of retro courses. They have levels from all 4 of the previous Mario Kart games. Way to go, man. But the Blue Shell is absolutely unacceptable. Mario Kart Wii. Now this is where Nintendo dropped the ball. Mario Kart used to be a game about driving around in karts, but this game decided to fuck it all up and add bikes to it. So what would happen is you'd go online and all these dipshit fuckboy kids would all be driving around in bikes, which is a fucking insult to the game's legacy. McDonald's Canada recently released this dipshit ad campaign inviting people to debate whether or not a Big Mac with bacon is still a Big Mac. Well, I have a better question. Is a Mario Kart game with bikes still a Mario Kart game? Absolutely not. Fuck this game. Mario Kart 7 is impossibly worse. You know Waluigi, the best character since Double Dash? He's not fucking there. Instead, he was replaced with Metal Mario, Lakitu, Honey Queen, and Wiggler. What in the fuck were these people thinking? When I first heard this, I thought it was a joke, but I did some research and I found out that it was entirely true. So I didn't even bother playing the game. I don't have a fucking clue what it's like. It could be the best game ever, but just the fact that Waluigi was removed and Wiggler was added just makes me physically ill. Mario Kart 8 did the right thing by putting Waluigi back in, but sadly, they took several steps backwards by adding in all the Koopa kids and then Pink Gold Peach. Pink Gold Peach. What in the fuck is going on? Are you serious?